What is up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Disney video for you. We were talking everything about parades. I'm going to apologise for the noise now because my studio is next to another room that has an engineer in and I can't really help it. It may be a bit noisy, so apologies for that because I know this mic is damn good. Without further ado, let's get in with the video. So the parade shift is probably the most normal day, as in during the normal working hours of the day. Usually, well, the time of day will vary because it needs to be performed during daylight hours just before the park closes. So it changes like every half an hour. So in the winter will be a different time to the summer. So you just do need to check that out. But they tell you, and obviously your start time on your schedule will change accordingly. So the schedules are done, there is a 2 weeks in advance, so they're set, but there is also a preliminary, like a probation, I don't know what you call it, schedule that gives you an overview, but it is subject to change. So I don't know why they put it up, if I'm honest. I never really look at it. So I was in Disney during the spring and summer months, and the parade, I think, did it begin? I think it was a 10-6 from what I recall, which, yeah, is a pretty normal day, which was very, very nice. Very nice. So we do our morning, all funky dory and all that. We have lunch and then we queue up to find out what we're doing on parade. We don't have a choice. You can put in requests if you wish. So if you have like family or friends come in and you want to perform a certain dance role, you can, but you're not guaranteed to get that role. But if there's someone else who's nice and you explain to them that yeah, X, Y, Z, you have friends and family around, I'm sure they'll swap. I mean, I've swapped with people before because I felt bad and I'm like, well, we can do this like role anytime we want. Like your family and friends are probably only gonna see you once or twice. So I'm quite nice like that. So there is that option. And then you get ready. Well, it depends when your rehearsal is for your role. So just a quick recap on the rehearsal process. So we get repped for 5, a max of 5. So you do have to be careful because once you hit all 5, you can't learn any more dances. It is actually quite tricky to learn the dances because it's to the same song. So the choreography is to the same song for the different roles, which can be challenging, and you can end up doing like the same movements for all the roles because obviously the music's the same, but you do learn to, I don't know how to describe it, you do get used to it, and the more you do it the more you get used to it. I don't know what I'm bloody saying. You get me, don't ya? You get me? Anyhow, so you get told what role you're doing depending on what it is, and you have to practice the dance to a dance captain. So there are rehearsal rooms in the character and parade building. We call it Simba building backstage. All the buildings are named after Disney characters, which is nice. So we lived in Simba building. We didn't live there. We just signed in, signed out there. That was our base, shall we say. And depending on your time, you'd go into a certain rehearsal room and you do the dance just once through. This could either be right at the beginning once you get told what you're doing, or it can be later on, or it could be in the middle, it could be later on, and then you get ready in the meantime. So if you have the dance first, you do the dance, everything's good, and then you put makeup, costume, hair, and then you're set to go. And if it's later, you get ready before, and then if it's in the middle, it's kind of tricky because sometimes I do like hair, makeup, and then I do the dance, and then I put costume on. So it really depends. You do get quicker at it, and the more you do it, because we have all these like makeup bags, they're all in like Ziploc bags, and I personally like named them because I get so confused with all my characters. Obviously some you could mix and match, but it's set like that way and you get it in that way, so I just write the name of it. So then in my locker, we had like a straight locker with a little shelf on the top, and I just put all my makeup on that top shelf. So that's how that's done. And then once you're ready, you just head out in order of the floats. So you could be, you know, holding a flag, you could be helping Pinocchio out on the road, you could be on a float. It really depends. All the people on the float are harnessed in, obviously for health and safety reasons. You do feel quite, yeah, it's okay. I don't mind being harnessed in if it allows me to not fall off, because sometimes you can't see very well, if I'm honest. So it gives you peace of mind that, yeah. Here's something that you may not know. There is a line that we have to start doing the dance by before the parade has started. So when we like almost queue up behind the floats, ready to do our dance, then you can hear the music probably really, really early on, if I'm honest. And there's a line, and when you hit that line, they want you to do the dance full out, because if a guest like sees the parade down the route, they're not just random people just walking idly. You can actually see them dancing. This can be quite challenging because it's very unlikely that the song will be at the beginning. So you just have to sort of go with the flow. Once you know the dance and you know the song very well, you know where it is. I used to always listen to it and find the beginning and then almost dance in my head. And then when I hit that line, I know where I am. Because if you just don't pay attention and then you go to that line, you're like, oh, you can panic, and that has happened to me, and it's not a pleasant experience. But other than that, it's fabulous. So then you do the parade, and it's the most wonderful time. I remember my first parade, I cried. I think I cried for pretty much the whole thing. I had this tear coming down from my eyes. I loved every minute of it. It's one of those things like I love to perform. I am an entertainer. I love to sing, I love to dance, and I love to make people happy. And you see all these children and all these adults, and like, I get so emotional thinking about it now because they all like take photos of you and they're all so happy and they all wave at you and it's just the most wonderful 40 minutes of your life. And I wish I could reenact it, if I'm honest, because it was just incredible. And there's no feeling like it because you know that you've made someone's day. Like, how many people in the world can say that your job is to make people happy? There's not many people, and I'm getting really emotional talking about it now. Whew. And then when it finishes, there are tons of glasses of water because you were probably like, like go full out for 40 minutes, which you should do, and I definitely did. You get a piece of water, a cup of water. You hop on a bus that is presented to you, that you just hop on. There are different buses, like, because they do one, like if you're at the beginning, you can then hop a bus and then it comes back and then picks up the others. And then you clock out and that is the end of your day. And that's pretty much it on the parade. I feel that the parade was what I miss the most about Disneyland. I'd say I always look forward to the parade, and I'm lucky that 90% of the time I was on the parade shift, and that was the shift that I loved the most. And most people were on it, to be fair, so it was really nice if you lived, we lived in an apartment block and I lived on the ground floor, and the lifts were really, really strange, so you had to like walk along and then go up, but there was one that you went up and then, so I lived on the right and you went along, so people had to pass my apartment to go to work. And sometimes when I told them I'm on parade, they'd knock on my door and we'd go to work together and then we'd come home together. So that was really, really nice. It's just a more communal spirit. Yeah, I just love the parade, and it was the most normal day, so no waking up early, no going to bed late. It was delightful, and I think, oh yeah, I really, really miss it the most. Okay, I think I just did that video in a really, really slouched position because my back is like really hurting me now. Oh, dear me, very good. Very good, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye guys.